Good morning. This is the first Nancy's Corner of the new year, and I tried to find some wintry children's books for you today, and that's what I'm going to start off with. The first one is Cozy. It's written by Jan Brett, and this is about Cozy the muskox, who gets separated from his herd during the winter, and all the little animals come and get inside all of his fur so they can stay warm. And the story is good, but Jan Brett's illustrations are wonderful. And if you look at the pictures on the side, it gives you an idea, it lets you know what animal is coming next. So right now they're talking about the bunnies, but I believe the wolf is next. Yeah, so you turn the page and there's the wolf. So if you look at the side illustrations, it will let you know all the animals that are inside his fur. And it does have a happy ending. He finds his family and they stay together during the spring, and you get the idea that the animals are going to come back next winter. This next one is the cutest thing. It is called Share Some Kindness, Bring Some Light. It's written by April Stott, and this is about a bear who doesn't have any friends because the animals think that he's really mean. So the little girl wants to help him make friends with the animals. So they're going to share some kindness by bringing them cookies and bring some light by bringing lanterns that they made. And it doesn't work because the animals still think he's really mean. Poor bear. And he's such a good dancer. They have to learn that about him too. But then he rescues a baby deer that got stuck in the snow. And everybody realizes that just because he's big doesn't mean he's mean. And this is a very sweet book. And if you got a Christmas email from Barnes & Noble, this is the book that they used for their email Christmas card. And they have all the lights from the lanterns showing up. This is Field Trip to the Ocean Deep. This one's not about winter, but it's really cute. It's by John O'Hare. It is a wordless picture book. And I'm really not that fond of wordless picture books because I like stories that I don't have to make up. But he is such a good illustrator that he can do facial expressions when there's no words. It's about a little boy who goes on a field trip under the sea, and he gets separated so he can take pictures. And of course he gets into trouble, and he meets all kinds of sea creatures. And they do come back and get him. This is the second book. The other one is A Field Trip to the Moon, where a little person gets separated and gets stuck on the moon and meets all the moon creatures. Either one of these is really adorable. The pictures really do tell the whole story. It leaves nothing out, so it's worth taking a look at. This one I really like. If Winter Comes, Tell 'Em I'm Not Here. And it's by Simona Seraolo. I know I pronounced that wrong. Little boy loves summer. He loves swimming. He loves ice cream. And his not so nice older sister says, well, you can kiss your bathing suit goodbye. Because once summer is over and fall and winter comes, it's going to be horrible. You can't go outside. You can't eat ice cream. And all the terrible things she tells him are going to happen really do happen. He can't eat ice cream, but he can drink a lot of hot chocolate. And he can't go out and play as much, but the whole family snuggles under a blanket and watches TV, and you can see the picture of them laughing together. So he finds out that winter is not all that bad, and he can have just as much fun during the winter as he can during the summer. But I think the title is wonderful. Okay, the next two is kind of it can be a family-oriented project to read. It's called The 68 Rooms. It is by Mary Ann Malone. It's a little bit older. It's a chapter book. And these kids go on a field trip to the Chicago Institute of Art. And one of the little boys finds a key that lets them shrink down, and they can go inside the exhibits in the Thorn Rooms. And the Thorn Rooms are miniature rooms that are decorated like they would have been in the 1800s or the 1600s or whatever time period that the rooms depict. Well, they do shrink down and they go into some of the rooms and they interact with kids and people from that time period. And the way they describe the rooms, they go into a lot of detail. Well, we have a book in the adult section. It's called Miniature Rooms, the Thorn Rooms at the Art Institute of Chicago. And if you look up the rooms that they're talking about in here and read the description, you can find the rooms in this book and see the actual rooms in the museum that the kids in the book are going to. And it is described perfectly. There's one that I remember. They were talking about a hairbrush on the dresser. And if you go in this book, you can see the hairbrush on the dresser. So it's a really fun family activity. You can read the book and you can see what the rooms actually look like. Now, they don't go into all 68 rooms, so you won't hear all the descriptions, but it's really interesting to match up the rooms with the book. Okay, now I'm on to the adult books. Since it's the new year, you might need a little inspiration. This is Hoda Kotb's second book. I talked about the first one in my first book talk. This Just Speaks to Me, and it's the same idea. There's an inspirational quote and an explanation of how she feels about it and other people feel about it every day. It's just as good as the first one. You can read it one a day. You can read the whole book at one time, but I'm sure you will find an inspirational quote in here that you go, yeah, I can use that. That speaks to me. That's the title of the first book. But anyway, this is very good. I was thinking some people might have gotten an Instapot for Christmas. I know a couple of people who did. I didn't, but I know some people who did. So this is Instapot Recipes. It tells you how to use it and the different types. And, well, not too many different types, but they give you really easy recipes. If you have an Instapot, this is a good way to start off. If you don't have an Instapot and you're just looking for new cookbook recipes, we have tons of cookbooks, all different kinds, that you can come and look through and check out. Also, people are staying home a lot and your house may be getting a little smelly. So this is Complete Essential Oil Diffuser Recipes. This is the one that talks about all the different kinds of diffusers, how you use them, how you clean them, and then after they go through all that, they give you many, many recipes that you can make your own essential oils and put them in your diffuser and make your house smell wonderful. Now, it really has no medicinal value, and it tells you that in the book, but some of the smells are supposed to be energizing or calming or just to make your house smell better. And this might be a fun project to do with some of your older kids. They might like this. Okay, I saved the best for last. This is A Piece of My Heart by Mary Higgins Clark and Alifair Burke. This is part of the Under Suspicion series. The main character, Laurie Moran, is getting married. She's the producer of a television show called Under Suspicion, where if you're not familiar with it, they find unsolved crimes and they solve them. And it's all on TV. It's a reality show. Well, she and her fiance are taking the week off to get married to celebrate his birthday with both of their families. So they go to the beach, and her fiance's nephew gets kidnapped. And that's about all I'm going to say, because there are many different avenues that they explore to find this child. He's adopted. It could be his biological parents. It could be someone coming after her father, who is an ex-policeman. It could be something to do with her television show. And I won't tell you which one it is. It is very, very good. Sadly, Mary Higgins Clark died last year, so I'm not sure if there will be any more books by her or not. She's written probably 30 to 40 books. They're all very good. Some of them have recurring characters, Most of them are, well, not most of them, all of them are standalone. So if you want a really good mystery, always not gory, always ends the way it should, check out Mary Higgins Clark if you haven't already. There are enough of her books to keep you busy, even though there might not be too many new ones. So that's why I saved this one for last, because this was my favorite. And I hope you come to the library and look into these books and all the other wonderful books that we have here. I will see you next month for another book talk. Have a good month.